Most people think the danger in retirement is saving too little. That's not true. The real danger is saving too much in the wrong place at the wrong time. In 2006, the government just raised how much you're allowed to put into your 401k. That doesn't mean you should, because retirement doesn't fail loudly. It fails quietly through taxes, timing, and forced decisions. Let me say this clearly. Maxing out your 401k is not a strategy. It's a habit. Habits feel safe. Strategies require thinking. In 20IX, you can put $2,400 into a 401k. If you're over 50, even more. That number sounds impressive. But numbers don't create freedom. Control does. Limits don't matter without context. People obsess over limits. How much can I save? How much can I shelter from tax? That's the wrong question. The correct question is, where will this dollar come out and under what rules? Because the IRS never forgets. A traditional 401k doesn't eliminate tax. It postpones it, and postponed problems usually grow, especially when compounding is involved. A good plan is not defined by how much you put in. It's defined by how much control you have coming out. Here's the uncomfortable truth. For disciplined savers, the 401k often works too well. It grows, it compounds, and then it traps you in a tax bracket you never expected. This is how people end up paying more tax in retirement than while they were working, not because they failed, but because they followed instructions without questioning the sequence. What the 2026 changes really mean. In 2026, the rules shift again. Higher contribution limits, larger catch-up allowances, mandatory Roth catch-ups for high earners, more structure, more predictability. On paper, this looks generous. In reality, it's directional. The government is quietly telling you something. We want tax revenue sooner, and we want certainty later. That's not evil. That's math. Every rule change reduces flexibility for those who don't plan ahead. When rules change quietly, those who think deeply gain an edge. Most people misunderstand Roth accounts. They think Roth is about returns. It's not. Roth is about future optionality. The ability to withdraw without asking permission, without triggering tax dominoes, without pushing Social Security into taxation, without inflating Medicare premiums. Income is not freedom. Choice is. The real retirement risk. Retirement doesn't collapse in a market crash. It collapses when required. Minimum distributions, force withdrawals, all income stacks into one taxable bucket. Every dollar you take pushes your marginal rate higher. This is why tax diversification matters more than performance. 3 buckets: tax-deferred, tax-free, taxable. Not because it's clever, because it gives you leverage. The best investors don't chase returns. They reduce future constraints. If you're young and your income will rise, traditional only early can be backwards. If you're a high-income saver, traditional only is dangerous. If you plan to retire early, locked money is friction. The problem isn't the 401k. The problem is blind loyalty. What I would do in 2.5 if I was starting 2026 today, here's exactly how I would think about it, not emotionally, not politically, mathematically. Step 1. Take free money, nothing more. I would take the employer match every time, no debate. That's a guaranteed return you cannot replicate anywhere else. But after the match, I would slow down because free money ends there. Everything beyond that requires judgment. Step 2. Build flexibility before maximization. Before asking, how much can I shelter? I would ask, how much can I access without permission? That means cash reserves, taxable brokerage flexibility, Roth capacity built early. Liquidity is not laziness. Liquidity is insurance against bad timing. Step 3. Split contributions with intent. I would not choose traditional or Roth blindly. I would split strategically. Early career, lower brackets, lean Roth. Peak earning years, selective traditional. But never allow one bucket to dominate my future. A retirement plan with one bucket is not a plan. It's the bet. Step 4. Plan withdrawals before contributions. This is where most people fail. They plan contributions and ignore withdrawals. That's backwards. I would sketch my future withdrawals first. What years will income be lowest? When will Social Security start? When do RMDs begin? Then I would fund accounts to serve that sequence. Because you don't want to solve tax problems at age 73. You want to prevent them at 43. Step 5. Keep taxable money on purpose. Taxable accounts are not inefficient. They are flexible. Capital gains are optional. Basis is accessible. Timing is yours. Flexibility is often worth more than deferral. Consider 2 savers, same income, same savings rate. One maxes traditional for 30 years. The other mixes Roth and taxable early. At retirement, one faces rising RMDs, higher Medicare premiums, and shrinking control. The other chooses which dollars to pull and when. Same discipline, different outcome. Wealth is not built by maximizing benefits. It's built by minimizing regret. Most retirement advice assumes one thing, that the future will be stable. That assumption is dangerous. Optimization breaks under stress. Flexibility survives it every time. The 401k is not a trap, but autopilot is. Retirement doesn't reward obedience. It rewards foresight. If this made you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is clarity